Good evening, good afternoon, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of High Top Sports. Wow, it is the halftime report here for Florida versus LSU, and it is looking good. It's looking juicy. I mean, we're in it, boys and girls. Down by 3, going into half in I'm talking an intense atmosphere at LSU. I'm loving it. I'm loving the chippiness. I'm loving slapping cats in the faces. And I got people hit me on Twitter like, well, they lost us down. They made us move back. Look, sometimes you got to sacrifice for the greater good. And if you got to go punch somebody in the mouth, let them know that we're here. Let them know that we're ready. We're ready for what you're ready to bring. And the guys around you see that energy. Let's get it. Let's go. We got a lot to talk about in just about 10 minutes here. So be sure to smash the like button, subscribe, and let's roll right into it. So I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Jamonte Waller, the edge that was committed back in June, did end up flipping. We had a video about it yesterday. I'm saying like as if my brother just died. It is a sad moment. He did flip to Auburn. Hayes Fawcett just conveniently released it out in the middle of the LSU game. Good stuff there. Thank you for doing that. But look, moving past that, let's get into the good stuff here, boys and girls. So, look, the energy seems electric right now. You know, the offense, came out and punched LSU in the mouth. Mertz was 7 for 7 for like 80 yards and a touchdown. Looked exceptional. Seemed to struggle to get back to that here recently, but the play calling, love what we're seeing thus far. Getting the ball in multiple guys' hands. Trevor Etienne, just get that man the ball. Am I right? Give him the ball. Did anybody notice the offensive line? That last drive there that we went and scored a touchdown, I don't know if you guys noticed, but left tackle was Damian George. And then I want to say Richie was in the guard position. Then Jake Slaughter at center. Then Mazuka. Then Waits at right tackle. Now, this last drive, Austin Barber was back in. But things are moving around for sure. I don't know if Rob Sell saw the show, talked about, packing his bags. But it was a complete change. And Slaughter seems to be the starter at the moment for the center position. Continue, you guys, to watch it. Maybe you guys noticed that I was trying to keep an eye on it and see what the massive change was and if it was consistent or if it was just that last drive. Like I said, the scoring drive, I didn't see Barber at all. He was in here at the last little bit there. $2 from C. Kirby says, best half of football under Napier today. That's a solid point, Kirby. Blanco, let's go. We in this. $2. Absolutely, Blanco. Look, to his point, the best we've looked, up to date, and I would say on both sides of the ball, just complimentary football, right? Both guys are playing very well. Some people are going to say, well, Jaden Daniels, rushed for 85 yards, the longest rush for a quarterback in LSU history. Jaden Daniels is Jaden Daniels. We knew he was going to do that. It's like the Spencer Rattler at South Carolina. You have guys that are going to do those things. Why Jalen Kimber continues to guard Malik Neighbors is beyond me, but that's I'm not quite sure what's going on with that situation. Maybe we figure out somebody else to lock him down. But I was telling my wife, I go, we seem to just be the record holders here in the bad way, right? Ray Davis rushed for the most rush yards ever by a Kentucky running back. I just think it just in history, but the most ever by a Kentucky running back. I think Georgia, they scored the most ever in a Florida-Georgia game, or first time over 40 in like so many years, something like that. And then Jaden Daniels just tonight with the rushing over 85 yards, the longest ever in quarterback history. And then, of course, Arkansas taking down Florida the first time ever. So I don't know what's going on. we always like to break the records, but not in our favor. O-line is playing a very good game, Coach Rod. They're playing exceptional. A few times, you had the big fumble that Austin Barber caught. Kendrick Perkins, who was supposed to commit to the Florida Gators, RIP 2 years ago. God, what could have been? That kid's an absolute freak. Had a little bit of a sophomore slump this year, but he's an absolute beat, man. You see the super chat, Professor? I'm sorry, Bubba. I didn't even see it. Oh shit. Oh $5 says in it to win it. In it to win it, minute to win it. I love it. Sorry, Professor. I didn't even see it, big guy. Boy, we're bumping it here, boys and girls. Oh man, how are you guys feeling? Waller flipped. I don't know. We already talked about it. Let's move on from that, guys. Let's lick our wounds and let's keep it moving. Look, the team. Here's the biggest thing, man. And this is what Sorley, when I talked to him a few days ago, is something that kind of like where his mindset was at. I called him after the Arkansas game. He was at that game, and he's like, "Look, man, until the team quits on Billy, I'm not quitting on Billy." You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of where his head was. And this team has not quit on Billy. They're not quitting on one another. I just watching him just makes me love him again. We get frustrated. We get pissed off. But I love to see the fight. I love to see the passion that we're finally getting. The defense, if you saw pregame, I don't know, there's a little clip of them ready to fight somebody in LSU. I love that shit. Let's go. Let's make it personal. We talk about that all the time with Stephen Harris, man. Look, you may be bigger than me. You might be faster than me. You might have more football knowledge than me. But I'm damn believe I'm going to knock your ass out. You come across my lane like that because you're still a human being and you got blood in you, and I'm going to make it come out your mouth. That shit you can't teach. So we're starting to see a little bit of that tonight, and I love it. Larry Bass, $20. They better not ruin my Veterans Day weekend. Go Gators. Absolutely. And shout out to all the veterans out there. Appreciate your guys' service. We obviously have nothing but love for the veterans. So happy Veterans Day to all of them, all your veterans, including our boy, the professor. He is a vet as well. Thank you, Cody, for your service, big guy. Love you, man. 5 gifted memberships from IB Mac. You the man, baby. You the man. Gosh, let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it. I love it. $5 from Christian says, shoe curse broken by ETN scoring with one shoe. What's up? Hey, that big stop, though, that 4th and goal. I seen that movie before, boys. I felt good. That was a big-time stop. Big-time stop, boys and girls. That was a good point, Christian. I like that. Watch on 3, give Waller 5 stars. You know they will. Boys and girls, over 300 people in here for this halftime show. Be sure to smash the like button, subscribe. Happy to have all of you guys here. Love you as always. Look, feeling good right now. Again, the best quarter of football. I can't remember who said it, but I don't disagree. It's looked good. Billy's still struggling with time management. You mean at the end there, JB? Because I feel like at the end there, like that game, like there was no way where they punted us the ball. We needed to get in the second half. We weren't driving the football. That is the one thing I feel like if we don't have a 2-minute offense yet, right? We haven't seen it where we can just pop off and zip it down the football field in 2 minutes. We've seen it from time to time, but it's just not. We don't have the ability to access it when we need it. It feels like. Does that make sense? Like we drove down there during the Arkansas game, got in field goal range. Like we kind of popped off. But we had pretty good field position and we had plenty of time. But like things like this, 2 minutes, you're like, all right, that's 2 minutes. We can get a field goal in that. We almost just crumble under the time possession. So if that's what you're referring to, I don't disagree with that at all. So let's see here. 7 needs the ball more. I couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. The boys are playing. That's all I want out of this game. And I agree, man. That's the one thing that really excites me is like I'm enjoying it, right? I'm having a good time. And it's everyone's going to be like, oh, just moral victories. Boys, the amount of predictions that it was going to be 45-20, right, or 45-17 was through the roof. So for the fact that we're in this thing going into this half, the team's fired up, everyone, thus far we're healthy. Look, still got two quarters to play. There's a ton of football left to play. I'm not putting the cart before the horse. But thus far, feels good that we are in a little bit of a rhythm. Playing with passion is the biggest thing. That's the one thing that I love because again, you can call plays, you can do this, we can question the offensive coordinator, we can question this, we can question that. But if you're just hitting somebody in the mouth, I'm here for it. We got to figure out a way to shut down Jaden Daniels. That's going to be huge. That's going to be absolutely huge. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we got shutting him down is going to be almost impossible, right? We just need to contain him. Understand that he's going to get his. It's like in basketball. Understand drives are going to happen. Understand he's going to pass for over 150. He's going to get his rushing yards. Those things are going to happen. But last week, Bama was able to contain him before his concussion, before he was pulled out of the game. So how did they do it? Take a look at that blueprint, right, and figure that thing out. But look, the one thing I will say, what concerns me is obviously with Jamonte Waller news in the recording, we're going to drop out of the top 4. I think Florida State will jump us now with that. People are going to be frustrated, going to be fired up once that kind of hits mainstream. I don't think people really know what's going on with all of it just yet. So the fire Billy Napier is going to be up in arms. But I want to be able to enjoy these last 3 games of like, let's just see what we can do. Let's see, like, if I'm Billy, like, hey, we got nothing to lose at this point. Everyone's already putting us 5-7 on the board. How are we going to go out there and respond? How are we going to go out there and just play for one another? I don't care what happens. That's how we need to do it. Just go out there and play. And that's what I want to enjoy. That's where we're at. I mean, it's facts, right? So take it one day at a time, one step at a time, and we'll see how it plays out. But a win tonight would be so much. Agreed. I mean, it'd be huge, man. It'd be just a big momentum changer of like, okay, we feel good. And look, I just think a good fought game would really help things turn around. Mizzou next week's going to be a hell of a dogfight, boys and girls. So that's a hell of a football team. I tweeted out, I said they're the best 2-loss team in the country. They are animals, boys. Animals. Oh, the penalty, man. That the targeting call. I hate those calls, man. I absolutely hate them. I really do. For anybody, it's playing football, man. I didn't really watch that much because I was just like, it is what it is. I think it may have been targeting. I don't even know what the rules are anymore. I know he lowered his head. He got pretty low and leveled him, but it just sucks. There's a kid, a senior, gets kicked out of one of the biggest rivalries, for LSU and Georgia, or for LSU and Florida. I hate it. I think it's dumb. It happened to Ventrell Miller last year, right before the FSU game. It's just stupid, man. They're playing football. Their job is to hit somebody, and I think it's absolutely disgusting that we continue just to throw somebody out. We've got to change that a little bit. I think throwing somebody out immediately, that's pretty hefty. That's my opinion on it. Over 400 people in here. Be sure to smash the like button and subscribe, boys and girls. Mizzou scares me more than LSU. I totally agree. Look, I said scared about Arkansas. Felt good about LSU. The Mizzou game is a weird one. Now it's at night. Could that change things a little bit? We seem to be fired up for the night games. Look good in the big game blues. Love that. Pumped up for the FSU game, boys and girls, though, I'm going to be honest. $2, High Top Sports, the best sports channel on YouTube, Professor. Thanks, big guy. Appreciate the love and support, as always. Oh, man. We need Waller in the class, though. I can't even cap. We needed. Well, it is what it is, boys. Keep moving. He's short anyways. He's like 6 foot. Oh, man. Look, I get it. Player safety. I don't want somebody to get hurt. I'm not trying to encourage that either, right? But it's just, we got to find a sweet spot. I don't think guys should get their, their whole week or night ruined. George says Billy is going to be going to hire the best offensive coordinator available next year. Just watch. The Talking Gator says correction, the best day in sports channel on YouTube. Thanks, big guy. The 85 was running on Jordan Castell. And bro, when Jane Daniels got loose, bro, my goodness, made everyone look like they were sitting still, my boys. Whew, big time stuff. 500 in the chat, boys and girls, for the halftime report for LSU versus Florida. Big time game, big time blues. Big game blues, I guess. Guys, let's have a great second half. Let's enjoy it. I know some of you guys are kind of tweeting at me go live. I find myself more relaxed when I'm not live and more energetic for these things. So I would like to go live, but I also like to keep it chill, and keep it kind of contained because my heart, my emotions aren't the greatest at times. So like, I'm over getting dehydrated during watching a football game when I go live. So, boys and girls, let's enjoy this second half. Let's woo-saw this son of a bitch out, okay? Grammer's looking good. ETN's looking good. Defense, that D-line's looking solid. Tweet at me if we have any correction or understanding of what we think of what's going on with the offensive line. You think Rob Sell made some moves? It appears so. I haven't seen. You guys talked about it last week, but I don't see Damian George at right tackle. He's been playing left tackle, if you guys haven't noticed. Again, I got some new people in here, so I want to kind of get your thoughts and takes on it. So let me know. Tweet at me if you guys are what you're seeing there, because it is interesting. So we'll see how it plays out. But I like at least we're seeing some change. I've been saying Jake Slaughter, in my opinion, has been doing a better job at center, and now he is the guy. And we got Kingsley at guard, which that definitely seems to be a lock. And then you've got again Cam Waits, he's been playing some more, and then another true freshman. I can't think of his name at the moment. So earlier we had Kelby Collins and TJ Searcy coming off the edge that caused the pressure. And I go, man, that's two freshmen coming off the edge, bringing the juice, and that part excites me. We've been talking about that obviously this past week with Mr. Shannon Snell about just how young this team is. So, boys and girls in all kinds of weather, it seems to be that we're finding ourselves back into kumbaya a little bit, right? There seems to be a little level ground. Again, the Jamonte Waller news is gonna piss some people off, and there could be some more. So sit tight and buckle up, boys. It's gonna get bumpy again. It feels like before it gets smoother. But hey, you guys be good. Have a great second half, and we'll see you at the end of the show for a call-in. Hopefully, we're popping bottles of champagne and get buck nasty with it. I'll see you, boys. Thank you again for the support, and happy Veterans Day to all our vets out there. Love you.